Grandmaster Wong Shun Leung, Grand Elder from the Wing Chun Kung Fu Association here in Hong Kong, and known throughout the world. And others here include Wei Ching, Henry Williams, Gary Okuyama, Brandon Shiroda, and myself, John D. Virgilio. So this is a story about the roots of Wing Chun in Hong Kong. As Yip Man came in, he started with a few good men. If the Master Wong can talk about how he first joined the Yip Man Kung Fu Association.
Okay, this is an athletic association, but before, when Master Wong studied with Yip Man, there was no association.
No association. How old was Master Wong when he first stepped in?
幾大到？
我學詠春嗰陣時咧，大概係18歲。
He started about 17, 18 years old.
17 to 18 years old.
Yeah, between them.
And this was here in Hong Kong.
Yes.
我嗰陣時咧，葉問咧喺深水埗海壇街教。
He had his Yip Man had a school at Sam Shui Bo.
Sam Shui Bo.
Kowloon side. And this was a restaurant, movie house, theater.
係啲咩嚟㗎？係咪個戲院啊？
Oh no no， 係一個 factory。
It's just a flat. It's just much like this. It's a flat.
Just a flat area, like an open apartment.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
喺嗰陣時咧，詠春都仲未有人識，我嗰陣時都唔知道係叫做知道呢種功夫叫詠春，亦都唔知道話詠春係梁贊教落嚟，係嗰類功夫嚟。
Sifu at that time, Wing Chun wasn't as popular yet, and he did not know that much about the histories, like Leung Jan, started in it, and he heard of the name, but he didn't know too much about Wing Chun.
因為梁贊咧喺廣東一帶咧近時咧係好有名嘅一個師傅嚟嘅，但係佢個名咧係大過詠春，根本冇，相反係冇人識叫做係詠春嘅，即係知道呢個人係好好功夫。
In Canton, Leung Jan was a big master, big Sifu, and his name as a big Sifu was bigger than the name Wing Chun itself. So people knew about his Sifu, but not his martial art.
Oh, they knew his name, but not his art. So Leung Jan of Fat San.
Right.
And,
known throughout Canton.
He was known as
master.
one of the 10 tigers, I believe. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, but please.
調翻轉頭嚟講，梁贊就好睇唔起呢啲所謂乜嘢苦呢啲咁嘅嘢。
Well, speaking of which, the 10 tigers, Leung Jan doesn't really look up, or he doesn't really associate himself with the 10 tigers, that type of urban legend type stuff.
所以喺詠春嚟講咧，連舞獅啊呢啲嘢都冇㗎。
So in Wing Chun, you don't see people having lion dances, or
yes.
There's not a lot of ceremony. See, it's not very much practiced in Wing Chun.
So Wing Chun is not a ceremonial type of art, but a application art.
即係唔係嘅，即係啲唔係藝術咯，係個即係個 skill。
但係以前佢哋呢啲人想法咧，同後期唔係咁嘅想法。佢嗰陣時都冇諗過呢啲係藝術或者係乜嘢，只不過咧佢覺得舞嘅獅啊，去同人攞封利是啊，啲咩咧，好似同個乞衣冇乜分別。
Okay, a long time ago, when they did lion dances and stuff, they didn't think of it as an art or as a ceremony. They thought about it as like, well, I need to get lycee, you know lycee?
Oh yeah, yeah. We see money, red packet.
And not much different from a beggar.
I see. So looking for monies.
Yes, it's a way to get money.
Leung Jan is a famous doctor, though, Fat San.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He's a very smart man.
Yeah. 當我學咗詠春之後咧，成個幾月先以後先知道原來呢種功夫係梁贊教我。
It took Sifu a month after learning Wing Chun, or month after he started Wing Chun, before he realized Leung Jan was the person who did Wing Chun.
嗰時我仲問葉問，我聽到佛山咧有一個梁贊好功夫嘅，咁嗰時葉問話：而家你學緊呢種功夫就係佢教落嚟。
Because Sifu said, he told Yipman, yeah, I heard there's this guy named Leung Jan. He's very good at Kung Fu in Busan. He goes, who is this guy? And then Yipman says, you're learning the style of martial arts he's doing. Sifu did not
So this is an impression that a young man got. He finally found the art of young John,
Right.
Fat San.
即係你終於都揾到
因為我亦都聽過梁贊有一個徒弟叫找錢華，我係喺我爸爸嘅口度聽翻嚟嘅，話佢點樣好打，點樣好打，但我只係聽啫，但我唔知呢種功夫就係佢哋嗰種功夫。
He had heard that Leung Jan had a student named Zhao Qinhua. Zhao Qinhua is his nickname. His name is Awa, and Zhao Qinhua was his nickname. Anyway, there's stories he heard through different people how great he was and how much of a good fighter and all the urban legends. And he did not know that he did Wing Chun until he joined Yipman school.
Zhao Qinhua, the money changer.
Yes, money
yes,
changer.
very famous. So then he found out about two names now.
Yes, he found out both were Wing Chun practitioners.
亦都我爸爸見過找錢華同打。
His father has seen Zhao Qinhua fought another person.
但係我爸爸唔識功夫嘅。
But his father does not know martial arts. But he saw anyway.
I want to come back to this. It's an interesting thing because on that lineage of Yang Zhan, Zhao Qinhua, Yip Man, probably the next most famous icon person in Wing Chun is Master Wong Shun Leung.
佢話即係第一就有梁贊，跟住有找錢華，跟住葉問，跟住你，即係最勁係你，最之有名嘅你，最 well known。
我唔係叫有冇名，因為舊時冇乜人識詠春，甚至我學詠春嘅時間咧，詠春都唔係好多人。我記得我學詠春嘅時間係已經係將近過年，係年28。仲有2日過年，咁我去到葉問嘅館嘅時間咧，去睇佢嘅館，嗰陣時只係幾個新嘅徒弟，有啲咩嘅先講咧，啲computer 咧咩嘅先咧，又話我同徐尚田打，其實完全冇呢啲事。
When the time Sifu is not, he said it's not being well known or not being well known. At the time he started Wing Chun, it wasn't very well known anyway. And then and when he started, it was around New Year's time, so there weren't a lot of people at the school except for a couple new students. And on the internet, there's a lot of stories going around about the lineage. And there's this particular story which says that Sifu have fought, or he went to the school and challenged. Choi Sung-Tin.
Okay, Choi Sung-Tin, for the movie's sake, is Yip Man's first student. Head student?
我哋可以話佢係好早嘅徒弟。
He's a very early student.
Early student.
Very early student.
當然仲有啲早過佢嘅，好似梁相啊、樂耀啊，啲人比佢早一啲。
Those guys are
earlier students. So Master Wong came into class Yip Man's school.
Yes, the story goes. And he challenged. The story goes. Sifu challenged Choi Sung-Tin.
Leung Shang.
No. The story says Choi Sung-Tin.
Choi Sung-Tin. Okay.
The story says.
The story.
And then the story says he beat up Sifu, and Sifu went from then on to practice Wing Chun. But that is not the story.
Oh, that is not the story then.
因為嗰陣時徐尚田根本都唔喺度，因為嗰係將近過年嗰陣時。
Because the truth is, he wasn't there because it was around New Year's and he was celebrating. He was not there.
Not there. So only a few other students were there.
A few other students.
So
咁我即係可能自己年輕啦，就同佢其中有一個徒弟，大家亦都唔可以講話 sparring， 大家都比較想玩玩。
They were because Sifu was kind of young at the time. Maybe he was a little rowdy. He decided he was going to. He couldn't really say sparring, but exchange a few moves with a particular student at the school.
咁結果我將佢整咗落地下度。
Then Sifu knocked him down on the ground.
我當時葉問就好唔高興，因為我自己好年輕，嗰時唔知道咧喺啲武館咁樣做咧係好唔啱。
Yipman was very upset, but Sifu was kind of young and he didn't know proper school etiquette. So he didn't know that was not a good thing to do, go to another school and beat up one of their members.
咁咧，結果葉問同我講，佢話呢啲係咪新學嘅，只係學咗冇幾多日嘅啫。不過我都相信呢樣嘢，佢哋啱啱學緊知手嘅啫。
See, Yipman then says, well, these guys have not been learning for a long time, and that's probably true because Sifu saw them and they were just starting to learn Qisao.
佢跟住咧同我講，佢話你同呢一個人玩咧，咁啊只一個人，嗰個人咧係佢個 level 嚟嘅。
Then Yipman goes, he pointed out a student in the crowd and he said, oh, not the crowd, but the few students that were there. And he said, you spar with him, and that was Yipman's nephew.
我嗰陣時佢大概嘅年咧係22歲咯，比我大幾年。
He was at that time, Yipman's nephew was about 22, a little bit older than Sifu.
His name?
佢而家都係一個好有名嘅師傅嚟㗎。
He's a very famous Sifu.
我唔想講佢
Sifu
哋
doesn't want to disclose the name.
Oh, okay, we know who it is, but that's okay.
佢哋知邊個啦？
我想佢哋應該知啊，因為佢唔喺香港㗎。
He's not in Hong Kong right now.
Yes.
I think they know. 佢哋知道邊個。
但係用好短嘅時間咧，我打佢仲比打第一個緊要啲。我打得佢跌好多次，打得佢即係葉問好唔開心，打到佢。
In a very short time, he finished off this opponent much quicker and to a greater extent than he did the first opponent. Kept knocking him down on the ground and so on and so on. It kind of embarrassed him, and Yipman was very, very upset.
亦都我去學詠春嘅時候咧，我已經再冇見過呢一個人。
And afterwards, he has not seen that person since. After he started learning.
有啲師兄弟話翻俾我聽咧，佢話當你走咗之後咧，葉問鬧得佢好緊要。
But once Sifu left, Yipman, once Wang Sifu left the place, left the Kwok One, rumor has it, heard from his sihengs, that Yipman yelled at his nephew quite a lot. I mean,
very harsh scolding.
Very harsh scolding.
後嚟我知道佢去咗台灣。
Then he moved to Taiwan.
Moved to Taiwan.
佢亦都經過呢次之後，佢哋都冇再學嘅。
After this incident, he really didn't learn Wing Chun.
He still teaches in Taiwan to this day. So then Sifu now has won 2 fights.
Yeah, and 結果葉問同我講。
And as a result of Sifu beating Yipman's nephew, Yipman decided to take on Sifu.
當然葉問有好多徒弟可以打嘅，但係嗰個時咧，因為將近過年係冇人上去嘅。嗱，譬如好似徐上田啊、葉步青啊、梁相啊、樂耀行啊，都冇一個喺度。
Because it's New Year's, a lot of the elder students, which Yipman could have easily sent to fight Sifu, were not there, like the ones that he mentioned. And since they were not there, since they're celebrating, Yipman had to go himself to challenge.
Yipman himself.
Yeah. 咁啊，因為咧嗰個地方咧唔係好大。
Because the place it wasn't very big.
但係我同葉問打嘅時間咧，已經同佢哋打嗰啲完全唔同。
In the time that Sifu fought Yipman, I mean the actions in the time period was completely different than that when he was fighting Yipman's students.
因為我同佢啲徒弟打嘅時間咧，係佢哋同我講咧，大家先有隻手接觸咗先。即係大家有隻手，大家接觸咗，然後打㗎。
Okay, when Sifu fought the students, they didn't start fighting until the hands touched.
但我同葉問打嘅時間冇咗呢樣嘢。
When he fought Yipman, there was not even that, not even that touch.
No touch yet. So the range is a little longer then.
當時我同佢打咧，因為我以前學過 boxing， 我同佢打嘅時候我係用 boxing 同佢打。
Sifu used boxing to fight Yipman.
當然係冇戴手套嘅。
No gloves.
No gloves. Did Wang Sifu have some boxing experience?
Yes, prior to his Wing Chun experience, he did have boxing.
Boxing.
我亦都學過太極。
He also learned Tai Chi.
So he already beat several students, so he must have boxed very well. Okay, please. And then Yipman.
我哋box好勁㗎真係。
問題就係我係唔驚打咁解啫。
He goes, Sifu said it wasn't that he fought very well, but he was very confident. He was not afraid of a lot of anything.
佢同我打時咧，葉問好勁，佢亦都唔打我住，因為我地方唔係好大，佢一路逼我，一路逼我，我一路 jab 佢，我 jab 佢嘅時間咧，佢都冇發到拳打我，佢只係攞住我啲位，攞住啲位，攞住啲位。
When he fought Yipman was very calm, and Yipman did not initially punch Sifu, punch Master Wong. Master Wong was sitting there throwing jabs at Yipman, and all Yipman did was to just keep him in check. All he did was keep Sifu in check.
一路係咁逼我，逼到我埋牆角度。
And he kept pushing him into the wall.
Up against the wall.
佢突然間飆埋嚟咧。一揦住我嘅手，一揦住咧，擺個拳頭喺我邊度，擺喺身度，仲好幾支喺度，都冇打到。
And then suddenly, he flashed out and trapped Sifu and threw a lot of punches at Sifu, but none of them hit. But it got really close to Sifu.
Yipman pulled his punches.
Yes, he stopped right in front of Sifu.
So he used a kamsao or something to check in.
Trapped Sifu.
Against the wall, so.
咁咧。啱佢同我試完之後咧，有一個好高大嘅人啱去上去嗰度。
After Yipman has done that to Sifu, a really tall man stepped into a room of the school.
佢當時叫呢個人，原來係佢徒弟嚟，個名步青。
It was Yipo Ching.
Oh, much taller than you. Yipo Ching, yes. Also from Fatsan.
No. 我喺香港嘅。
He's from Hong Kong.
Oh, he's from Hong Kong. Okay.
咁咧，佢又帶葉步青入廚房嘅喎，我煲咗啲竹蔗水嘅。
He brought Yipo Ching into the kitchen and he made some kind of like a drink for him.
Who made? Yipman?
Yipman made a drink for him. Just a drink.
咁啊拉佢其實喺入邊同佢講嘢。
And what it really did was to bring him into the kitchen so he could talk to Yipo Ching. It was just an excuse, like I made you something to drink, come in, and he went to talk to him.
當時咧，我同埋我個 cousin 上去。
He was at the time he was up with his cousin.
咁咧，我 cousin 就同我講：哇，佢呢個師傅好好啊，佢煲埋啲竹蔗水俾徒弟飲。
So this is Wong Sifu's cousin.
Yes, Wong Sifu's cousin commented, "Wow, this Sifu is a nice guy. He even made this drink for his students."
但係嗰時咧，我呢個 cousin 係好傻啊。
His was not too bright. His cousin was very naive, not too bright.
當時我同我 cousin 講。係啊，佢入去叫佢得出嚟同我打㗎。
And then he told his cousin, no. He didn't make him anything to drink. He's telling him to go out and fight me.
到佢喺廚房行出嚟嘅時間咧，佢喺度熱起啲褲腳，熱起衫袖。
As Yipo Ching came out of the kitchen, he rolled up his pants and rolled up his sleeves.
咁我當時我同我 cousin 講，我話係咪啊？我話嗱，而家就嚟打㗎啦。
No. Are you kidding? He's coming out to fight me now? I mean, that's what Sifu said to his cousin as he sees Yipo Ching come out of the kitchen.
結果咧，真係佢同我打，要咪叫佢同我打。
In conclusion, not in conclusion, but as a result, what really happened was he did go out to challenge Sifu to fight Yipo Ching.
因為嗰陣時咧，我年紀輕，又好瘦，我 skinny。
Sifu was very young and skinny at the time.
大概嗰陣時我係105或者106磅。
It's about 105, 106 pounds.
咁咧，我去到葉步青喺呢度。
He got up to Yipo Ching's neck.
So Yipo Ching much taller.
A head taller than Sifu.
但係當時佢同我打咧，佢個拳係好重。
But when he fought Sifu, his punches were very strong and heavy.
但係我記得我嗰陣時都有打傷咗佢。不過佢打得我仲緊要啲，打得我好滿面啲血啫。
Sifu remembered he did hurt him, but Yipo Ching hurt Sifu more. Remember his face was all red and he was all bruised.
因為我好常咧，我打佢呢啲位，變咗咧佢流血個機會多一倍高。但係我都打傷到佢有嘢啦。不過咧就唔係咁緊要。 但係佢變咗佢係高手長咧，變咗佢打住我嘅話咧，變咗我睇嚟講咧，我係傷比較會傷一啲嘅。
Sifu, since he was shorter and he was not cutting Wing Chun, he was hitting Yipo Ching more to the sides, and so the chance of bleeding was less. But even though he did make Yipo Ching injure and bleed, he was taller. And from Sifu's point of view, Yipo Ching hurt Sifu more.
So it's a heavy exchange. Both men exchanged.
Sifu thinks that Yipo Ching hurt him more than Sifu hurt him. Those both men was hurt.
咁咧，個葉問咧亦都知道我係想去學功夫嘅，所以咧葉問就講佢話：你年初四，即係過咗年，我年初四上嚟學啦。結果我年初四我去學。
Sifu said, and Sikong said, well, this guy, he knew this guy wanted to know Kung Fu, and so he said, okay, well, you come on after Chinese New Year's, and then you can start. And then Sifu came that day and he started.
So what year was that about? Do you remember what year?
因為我好少記憶，我而家我1953出世，唔係1935出世，35大概1加17。4加17，大概1952，1953，我1953。
1952, 1953. Interesting.
到我學嘅時間咧，嗰陣時都唔係咁多人識，知道有詠春呢個名。
So at the time when Sifu joined, not a lot of people knew that the existence of Wing Chun.
但係嗰時葉問咧曾經問我學咗冇幾耐，佢話你學功夫嚟做乜
？After Sifu learned Kung Fu for not a very long time, Yipan asked Sifu,
唔係好耐嗰時，啱學冇幾耐佢問我。
Sifu maybe learned
大概係學咗10零日。
After learning about 10 or so days, Yipan asked Sifu, what did you learn? Why are you learning Kung Fu?
我當時答佢我嚟打交。
To kick ass.
佢好開心。
He was very happy. Yipan was very happy.
佢話個個學功夫都話我嚟 defend.
Because everyone else says for self-defense. Everyone else learns. And Sifu said to beat up people, to fight.
So Master Wong was very direct with his heart.
Yes, and Yipan was very happy.
佢話你冇講大話，佢話個個都講大話嘅。
Good. He was very happy because everyone else is lying and you're very honest.
佢話根本你話要自衞，你可以唔使學功夫。
Good, because if you want to learn self-defense, there's no need for you to learn Kung Fu.
人哋打你咪可以走嘅。
Because if someone hits you, you can run away.
佢話你既然話你學功夫我嚟打交嘅咧，佢話你先係講真。
See, if you tell someone you're learning Kung Fu for the sake of fighting, then at least you're telling the truth.
亦都有一次咧，我喺度練緊個沙包嘅時間咧。
At this one time when Sifu was practicing on the sandbag, or the wall bag.
我記得佢同阿梁相講。
He said to Lang Sung.
佢話：你睇呢個僆仔，嗰時個僆仔，呢個僆仔。
He said, look at this kid. He said to Lang Sung, Yipan said, look at this kid.
佢雙眼咧根本就喺度打緊人。
Look at his eyes. You see what is in his eyes? In his eyes, he's actually beating up someone, not a bag.
佢話呢個僆仔咧
，1
年後咧，佢搞亂咗香港㗎。
Look at this kid. After a year, this guy will mess up Hong Kong.
So he's talking to Liang Shang, the older brother.
Yes, and about Sifu.
咁結果咧，我學咗4個月已經開始出嚟打㗎啦。
After learning for 4 months, he went out to start fighting, challenging people.
可能我亦都好夠力，因為我好瘦好細粒，所以咧好多人都肯同我打。假如我係好大隻嘅咧，未必有咁多人肯同我打。
Sifu said maybe he's lucky because when he was younger, he was a very small stature, he wasn't very big, and he said maybe if he was bigger, people might not want to fight him because he would be intimidating. But he wasn't as intimidating, so he had a lot of chances to fight.
當時咧，因為詠春唔係好多人識，好多種功夫咧都想撳低詠春，唔俾詠春。 嘅。
At the time, Wing Tsun was just like a budding. It wasn't very strong in Hong Kong yet, and a lot of other kung fu systems want to keep Wing Tsun below ground. You know, like they don't want it to be popular.
所以咧，當時我同人哋大家比武咧，好多人都好樂意同我打嘅。
So a lot of people were very willing to fight Sifu when Sifu offered.
直到我識到一個人，佢叫黃橋。
He met a man named Wong Q. Until he met a man named Wong Q.
Wong Q.
Yeah, now he teaching in Holland. 但係當時咧，佢係學南螳螂嘅。
Yeah,
係
Southern praying mantis. He used to at the time Wong Q, right? Was learning Southern praying mantis.
佢同我玩過，佢輸咗。
Then he fought Sifu and he lost. Sifu won.
咁咧之後咧，佢揾好多佢啲師兄啊，揾得我又輸，揾得我又輸，咁啊結果又揾第二派啲，結果由師兄一路打到師叔伯都有噶啦，冚唪唥都輸嘅。
Then the person Wong Q, right?
Yeah.
Wong Q. He went to find his at the time kung fu brothers. Then went to find his kung fu uncles and went down to the whole family to and they all lost. They all still lost.
He beat all Tong Long Q. All of Southern Praying Mantis.
多數比較係螳螂，但當好多功夫我都有打嘅。
He beat primarily Hong Long, Kung Fu, Southern Hong Long, but he did fight other styles too.
以前咧喺加多利山咧，而家起實屋咧，以前好多空地嘅，我哋好常會去到嗰度喺啲山頂度打嘅。
And in the area called Gado Lei San,
加多利山。
it's not over there. They used to be before. Now they have a lot of houses and housing, but before that housing was just a flat land, and that's where the challenges would take place.
What's the name again?
叫加多利山。
Gado Lei San.
Gado Lesa.
加多利山。係啲文名嚟嘅，個人嘅名嚟嘅，但係好有趣。而家嗰個電燈公司嗰個老闆咧，佢係猶太人嚟嘅。
Oh, is it? I will find the name for you.
Noise outside. It's okay. So it was a flat land at this time for
喺嗰陣
fighting.
時咧，我仲讀緊中學嘅嗰陣時，大概嚟講應該係 Form 4。
He was in high school at the time, Chinese high school. Sifu was in around Form 4.
Form 4?
That's I think sophomore in high school.
Sophomore in high school. And so Wong Q lost. How many other fights soon after followed? 5 fights, 2 fights, 10
即
fights?
係黃橋輸之後咧，又跟住幾多個
好多個，我都記唔到咁多個。
？Too much to remember.
佢甚至佢俾錢人哋去同我打嘅，
He actually paid people to fight Sifu
因為佢成日都要打低我嘅。
because he really wanted to beat up Sifu.
結果最後佢都學咗詠春。
But eventually he learned Wing Chun anyway.
And Wong Q became very famous in Wing Chun. So because of your victory over him, you convinced him.
佢到我有一次同一個姓林嘅，嗰個好大隻，大概有200磅。
He fought he got a man named Lum. He was very big. He was about 200 pounds.
同埋佢係一個好有名嘅師傅嚟。
And he's also a very famous Sifu, this Lum.
咁咧原本我唔係同佢打嘅。
Originally, Sifu was not matched up with this guy.
我係同第2派嘅人打嘅。
He was to fight another style of kung fu.
只不過係借佢個地方嚟打。
But he was using the guy's place to fight.
So this man Lam took the other man's place.
喺個姓林嘅嗰個地方嚟打。
No, he's Sifu Lung, a very big man, had a place which Sifu used to fight another style of. Just using the place. They're just using this place.
但係咧，結果佢唔敢嚟，對方冇嚟。
But the opponent was scared and didn't show up.
佢呢個打咧，亦都係黃橋 arrange 嘅。
But that fight,
即係佢揾嚟同我打呢個人，都係黃橋。
The guy who didn't show up was also arranged by Wong Q. The guy who didn't show up.
結果佢對方唔嚟咧，呢個姓林嗰個師傅咧，佢個 uncle 同佢講，佢話佢咁細啦，執咗佢啦，執咗俾啲徒弟睇啦咁。 因為當時佢好多同嘅。
So, Mr. Long, his uncle says, look at that guy. He's so small. Just go ahead and beat him up and show your students your techniques. Just beat him up.
咁啊，結果就同佢打上。
Mr. fought him.
我都認為我同過咁多人打招，佢係一個好好嘅一個。
Sifu considers him to be one of the best people he's fought. Mr. Long.
我哋唔好理佢係贏抑或輸，但係佢練呢一種功夫，佢打得翻出，佢完全係佢個功夫打到出嚟。佢輸係